situation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win, yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real, yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Had another rough conversation with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win, yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel, so you go it alone. You turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real, yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win.
what the stylists don't want to do anymore. Stylists don't want to shampoo. We're even partnering with stylists. They're saying, hey, I don't have the time to shampoo, so won't you go over to the shampoo bar? We're doing steam treatments, taking braids down, locks. So you come in, we're gonna shampoo, condition, with pomade, hair growth, stimulating growth. We're gonna actually manipulate those beards. And if y'all have bundles and units, bring those in. We will bring them back to life. You drop off, we call you, you pick up. Just like a dry cleaner. We have 2 complimentary drinks. One is called the Tide. The next drink is called the Old Fashioned. And we're not going to tell you what's in any of these drinks. They are exclusive to the shampoo bar. I'm not telling you, okay? So go to our website, shampoobar.com. That's it.
All right. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Wednesday evening. So you're broadcasting from the B-Love Entertainment Studios. I'm your host, B-Love. And tonight, like every Wednesday, we have On the Level with B-Level, where we have extraordinary people that are doing extraordinary things. And tonight, I've got an extraordinary guy that we're going to have some conversation with, like we do on every Wednesday night. And on next week, we have Rashawn Wilburn. He has the Big Black Rodeo, and he's having the event, the Black Rodeo, and he is the owner and operator of Top Choice Auto on next Wednesday at 7:30. But this Wednesday, we're talking to Tracy Johnson, who is the owner operator of Club Trois Tabu, the 2 hottest night spots, one of the 2 hottest night spots in the city. Let me make sure I clear that up. There are other night spots that are doing their thing, but he does have one of the 2 of the great night spots for our people. Don't forget, before we start, I have to tell you that Hair Invasion 2026 is getting ready to come. It's going to be Sunday, June 7th, West Wind in Little Rock. If you are interested, if you are a vendor, if you are a stylist, if you want to be involved with Hair Invasion 2026, all you have to do is give Tamala McElroy a call, 501-247-9817. Again, Tamala McElroy, 501-247-9817, or give Rodney a call, 501-240-6729. Again, Rodney, 501-240-6790. And don't forget that every Sunday night, we've got the dopest podcast in the world. And I do believe the world. Do y'all know what the world is? We've got the dopest podcast in the world. And I've got some great co-hosts on this show each and every Sunday night, 7 o'clock. Little Rock Princess, Tristan Hobbs, Candy Webb, Anthony P., and Jayla with the T. We do this thing every Sunday at 7 p.m. Do not miss on Sunday. It is, promise you, it is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And we do this thing every Sunday. Now, for those of you who are tuning on, I need you guys in the comment box. I see Candy. What up, B-Level? I see you. What up, Tracy, my guy? Candy, I know I don't have to tell you share it. You've probably already shared it. Mike, what up, boy? I need you to share it. Thank you for sharing it. Marquez Miller, I got you on here. You have shared it. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, say hello, and I will shout you out. But I need everybody to do me one big favor, and that's to share it, share it, share it. Now, I would bring my guest in. He was here, but I asked him to go and share this live to your page, and TJ left us. So I guess he's shared it to his page, and he will be back momentarily. Tracy always says that he is not very social media friendly, so we just gonna wait on him. I hope it, let me see. I don't know how long it's going to take TJ to share it to his Facebook page. I promise you, he was here in the waiting room. And now that I'm trying to introduce him, there you go. There you go back. There you go back. Where you go, bro? Man. Where you go?
Listen, you and all this old high-tech shit, I don't know. Listen, man. Listen, I got my son.
Listen, I told him.
My bad.
I told him, Tracy, I said, I promise you he was here, but I asked him to share the live. and he always talk about, let me see if it's on your page. Don't worry about it, bro. It ain't on your page. Don't worry about it. Listen, Tracy did not share, but he is learning this internet shit. You know, he got the nightclub business down packed, but he need a little help in social media. So
trying to navigate through this shit. This shit different, B. Look, let me tell you what's so crazy. Nah, go ahead, B. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Do tell. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Look, so I'm on my iPad, right?
Okay.
So I go back to your messages to try to hit, to join to come back here.
Right.
I was searching. I'm like, God damn, B level shit right here somewhere, and it's right here. I'm like, oh shit, this man. Go ahead. Yeah, this shit.
All right,
this
listen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We good.
That
Listen. Hey, listen, let me do my opening statement, then we're going to get to the business, y'all. Y'all, excuse my bro, Tracy. He know what he doing in the nightclub business, but this internet shit is not his thing. But we cool with that. All right, listen, tonight's conversation is about more than nightlife, okay? It's about ownership. It's about resilient. It's about building something in a space where a lot of people don't understand what it really takes to survive. In the city of Little Rock, like Little Rock, it's hard enough to keep one business going. But to have multiple venues like Club Trois and Club Tabu hits a different commitment, pressure, and vision. And when you add up in reality, serving our community, the expectations, the ups, the downs, the criticisms, and the responsibility, it becomes even deeper than just business. Tonight, we're talking about a real story behind the lights, the struggles, the wins, the cultures, and how the game has changed from people following nightclubs to now people following promoters. Let's get into the business. I want to welcome again to the podcast one of my good friends, and I can't say the godfather, but I can say the prince of the nightclub business, Mr. Tracy Johnson. Now, Tracy, listen, man, I know that you have been in the business for a long time, and I know that you've been on the platform, you, T-Will, and Duna, and might I say, the last time you was on the platform where we did our conversations with the fellas, that's one of our best trending episodes that we've had. We've got a lot of other episodes that has been viewed more, but as far as just trending, that show still trends very well. People are still watching it. And again, thank you for giving me a lot of your time. On Wednesday nights, I like to try to have some conversation with some people that are doing extraordinary things, bro. And I've known you since I was long way back. And so tonight I wanted to have you on because I wanted to dive deep into you individually, what you have going on, your movement, your accomplishment. And it's about giving you your flowers because listen to you, brother. I'm telling you, man, you are doing your thing and I admire you. You and we go back way long time ago. And I want to get into the first thing that I want to talk about and ask you is why did you decide some years ago to even get in the club business? What even brought you to this business?
Man, you know what, B, growing up, man, I grew up in Granite Mountain. You know what I'm saying? We moved to Fush. So a lot of people know me from Fush, from the east side or whatever. But just watching my older sister, my older brothers going out, man, I've always been a fan of just, the nightlife always seemed to be it was a break from the norm. You know what I'm saying? You saw people going to work and they didn't look happy going to the jobs, whether it was Riceland's Foods, Tyson, wherever. But it seemed like when they were going to the club, it seemed like they had a different feel about being out, about being about being, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be around that, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be in that space where everybody seemed to be enjoying themselves, having a good time. And that's kind of where my admiration or my inspiration started, for the business, man.
Yeah. How long ago has that been when you started in the club business, Tracy? How long have you been in the business?
Man, since 2002.
24 years. Okay.
24 years,
Was
bro.
was Ambience your first spot?
No, I was with JD.
So JD came before, so Ambience came after JD?
No, yeah, Ambience came after JD. I was with Elevations first.
So first was Elevations.
Then Ambience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought Ambience came first, and then you went there, and then you did your own thing.
Yeah.
That's that.
Listen, I got cocky, boy. I was like, shit, I can do this shit. Game over. Shit.
So how long did you work with JD? So when you got in the club business with JD, how long did you work with JD?
I worked with JD for like 3 years, man. About 3 years, from 2002, 2005, maybe 6. Like
so that was 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So the 20 years ago, Tracy, compared to this, obviously you worked with one. We call JD the godfather of the club business. That man, he knows the club business, and you got to work with him 3 years. But in that 3 years, did you have an opportunity to suck up what he knew, or did you learn it by trial and error? Like you worked under a guy that you could have gotten all of that knowledge, but yet and still you went out and tried it on your own and it wasn't successful. So let's talk about that how you got in and how that went.
Well, let's say I did not leave voluntarily. I did not leave voluntarily.
Okay.
I was taken to dinner and I was told that my focus was not that of a club owner.
Okay. Did you agree with that? Did you agree with his opinion of it?
No, I didn't. I was young. I was cocky. I was arrogant, and I was seeing so much. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing so much. You know what I'm saying? Because my little consulting business had started over here.
Right.
You know, so I'm thinking, I know this. Like I'm him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You not like. It's funny. It's funny how like the young guys talk to me now, because that's how I was talking to JD. I was like, shit, I'm out here. I know this. And then and he used to tell me, you don't know shit from Shinola. And but the reality of it is I didn't. I really didn't, because it took so much more. JD used to say, you gotta marry the business. That was what he said. You gotta marry the business. You gotta be consistent. You gotta be here. All this, and I'm like, I'm here. And I remember I had the task of opening. I used to open on Thursdays and Fridays. So I'm like, well, shit, JD on the radio, we opening at 9 o'clock. I'm there at 10. I'm there at 9:30. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And and I'm like, shit, JD ain't nobody here. But you supposed to be here. Like, damn, where everybody else, you supposed to be preparing for your customer.
Right.
And I didn't, because I felt like they're not going to get here till 12, 1 o'clock anyway.
Right.
So why are you pressing me to be here? I'm here.
Right.
And that just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That just wasn't what he had in mind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so we didn't see eye to eye. And he called me one day, he and Mac, they wanted to sit down and talk to me. And they just, they laid it out. Hey, this not for you, And I was like, my ego was hurt, pride. Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you what really hurt my pride more so than anything, but humbled me. So you had Margarita Sunday jumping on Sundays at Juanita's. We down there kicking it every Sunday night.
Right.
Telly had First Friday. I'm like, so shit, we the ones, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I'm hitting your Margarita Sunday. Y'all come and see us on Fridays and Saturdays. They coming. I'm hitting Telly's First Friday. Come see us on, so I'm hitting all these events.
You networking.
Yeah, I'm buying drinks. And now Elevations, because it had lost momentum, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Momentum has picked back up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so when they asked me to leave, I was like, oh, all right, when I leave, ain't no motherfucker gonna be in this bitch because I'm gone.
Right.
All right. So
Right.
look, so I'm flying in from LA on a Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the first week I had left. I had told everybody I wasn't gonna be there no more.
Mm-hmm.
And I get off the plane. I'm headed home. I'm driving by this motherfucker. It's gonna be empty. Beat them up and had cars all the way down to Exxon. Hey man, listen. That was eye-opening, bro. That was eye-opening. So it showed me something really. It showed me something about the business. It showed me something about consistency. It showed me a lot, man. I mean, and the things I did take from JD, I still exercise those principles today, and they've been very helpful. And JD has become more like a consigliere to me at this point. You know, I call him a lot. We talk a lot about moves and things, you know, just about the business in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you obviously you left there. You know, oftentimes when you're forced out of the business, you don't leave on good terms, right? And so you went. How long was it before you opened Ambiance after leaving Elevations?
And honestly, because I had put a little money back, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it really wasn't long. I think I left maybe in August. I was opening up Ambiance, and I opened up Ambiance New Year's Eve on New
Okay.
Year's Eve, and it
So
was
less than 4 or 5 months.
yeah, it was crazy because honestly, I had already kind of planned to do something different.
Right.
You know, I didn't plan to do it in that manner.
Right.
But when you got two alphas,
Yeah.
in the in
Yeah.
Young or old, JD an alpha, I'm an
Yeah.
alpha.
Yeah.
So you're gonna bump heads, you know.
Right.
And we started bumping heads, you know, kind of before then. So yeah.
Right. Right. And so how long was Ambience open? How long did it stay open? And when did you realize after opening your own spot and being your own alpha, not having nobody to answer to, it was you was the one man show, that maybe you probably should have not done that? Or did you realize that? Or did you just feel like, hey, I opened Ambience? How long did Ambience stay open? How long did you keep it open?
11 months. Listen, B, what I just tell you, he just tell me you don't know shit from Shinola. I didn't know shit from Shinola, B. I swear.
Okay, so listen, man, y'all listen. The reason why I can laugh, me and Tracy, we friends. So you know, we can shoot the shit and be honest with each other. That's some funny shit. So 11 months. Okay, so Tracy, so after 11 months, you look like shit. I probably should have listened. You know, you had failed, closed down in 11 months. What was your next move? What did you do after the end?
So I was like, well, I moved to CNC on Asher.
Okay.
So here was my plan. I had been to Atlanta, I had been to LA, I had been all these different places. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna bring this shit to Little Rock. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what the club life is veering towards. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, I'm gonna bring this shit to Little Rock. You know, the ultra house, the sexy, this. And you gotta remember, this is before Facebook. This is, Black Planet, so
Right. While back, right.
the way we are now. So my thing was, even though I was in these other cities seeing different things, the dynamic was so different. We didn't have a professional basketball, football, hockey.
Right.
You know, we didn't have all of that. So we were still kind of behind on that. You know what I mean? And so my first, I opened January. I did a Super Bowl party.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, I'm finna have pate. I'm finna have smoked salmon. I'm finna have hors d'oeuvres. You know what I'm saying? At my Super Bowl, like, I'm geek. I'm out telling you, and we finna have a fun this, Super Bowl party. Come fuck with us, man. Nobody showed up. Nobody. I was disappointed. Like, it was a bunch of disappointment. So I go
right.
So JD always do the Super Bowl party and after party and halftime show. So I go up there. They got greens and goddamn meatloaf and hot water cornbread, and that motherfucker packed to the wall. I'm talking about, I got salmon. Bonsoir.
So listen, this is the last JD question that I have. So obviously I know that there was some time that you and JD were not, because of him, hey, you don't know shit from Shaola. He basically forcing you out. There were times that you guys were not on great terms, right? When did you realize that I probably needed to make that up? How did that relationship with you and JD come back together? Did he call you? Did you call him? How did you guys get back to where you could get the relationship back? Because it was a long time that y'all really didn't, y'all were speaking, but.
Yeah, you know what? So here's the thing, B. Even though we didn't necessarily have a personal relationship, the respect was never gone.
Right.
The respect was never gone. I've always had the utmost respect for it. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that a lot of my angst came from trying to get to his level. You know what I'm saying? Yes. A lot of that came from me, I want to be on that level where, and I was falling short. Falling short, and I would call JD, and then we would be into it. That's just how our relationship, because I was like, I always call myself like a prodigal son, because I thought, I'm intellectually, I think I'm pretty sharp.
Right.
And so talking to him, it makes you, he makes you look at so many different angles. You know what I'm saying? And then the angles he makes you look at, man, you be like, fuck, that's too time consuming. But it's very necessary. But but your question is when did we finally kind of
when did y'all forget,
we all, what, B, we would always have a mutual respect for each other. And I think he saw me as this young guy that's pushing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really going anywhere. And I saw him as this guy that's won't let me be great or fucking, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of that.
Okay. All right. For those of you guys who are just tuning in, talking to Tracy Johnson, started the club business. We've got that. Now we're gonna get to closer to where we are. If you're on now, I need everybody to share. I see Sharon Atkins, Cassandra Allen, Shayla Treese, Candy, Vicky Hatter. Please, I need everybody to share. It costs you nothing to watch this podcast. All you have to do is hit the share button. Now, I'm going to the Trois and Tabu series. Candy Webb is saying, Tracy, tell him about my baby, one of the best bartenders, Kiara Webb. So I guess she's got one of your yeah. Candy Webb, I guess, is that her daughter that works for you?
That's her niece, man. And look, man, that's my baby. Like, that's my baby. That's my baby. She's so special, B. She's so special. But all my employees are like that, man. Like, my employees become like my kids.
Right.
Like, for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to, we've kind of started on how you started the business, right? And so I want to jump into, bring us fast forward to your Trois and Tabu business. Now, you know, everybody has not understood why Tracy Johnson needs 2 nightclubs in the same city, 4 blocks away from each other. What is your thinking in having 2 night establishments?
So B, when we let me ask you this, B. What's your favorite restaurant?
I have several, but one of my favorite restaurants is I like what's the dang on place? I can't even know. The place on Samantha's. I love Samantha's.
Right. Do you go? But you go there one day.
Right.
Go somewhere else another day.
I go to Cash.
You go to Cash on Friday for the lunch. Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So what happened? So what it is, B, I went to, and it's a couple of different things that made me make that move.
Okay.
In Atlanta, Mike Gideon or Alex Gideon, he owns Gold Room. He owns Compound, Velvet Room, all these different places. And the thing was, like, nobody goes to a certain spot 3-4 nights out of a week.
Right.
You go here on a Friday, you're gonna go here on a Saturday, you're gonna go here on Sunday.
Right.
And so, you know, and then it got to a point where I would have a big night, right? And I would get home and I'll still be in that mindset, man, I had a great night.
Right.
But the way my mind works, I'm thinking about, well, what about next week? What about week after next? What happens when you stop being the hot spot and it transitions back to elevations? You understand? So I might have a good 3-year run, right?
Right.
Elevations then hit. They got a good 3-year run. I'm sitting here now.
Right.
Whatever I made in that 3 years, I gotta take care of that to pace myself during those times. So there was a time, like when you were there and Frank and Elevations and myself, we all say it's 100%. So we all control 25% of the market.
Right.
Well, let me try to consume 50%.
Right, because you got two 25% establishments.
Yeah. So now where the promoters would kill us, it wasn't so much as they killed us, but they offered a different place to go.
Right.
They could be Bar Louie, then they shoot, then they, okay, well, now you can go to Trois, or you can go to Tabu.
Right.
Soon you'll be able to go to Twist. You see what I'm saying? So we got to keep up. You know what I'm saying? Because the game is, because they're able to switch locations, and as a club owner, you're consistent. You're staying there. Like your building can't move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now we got to attract them, and so now you got to have different places. Everything is not going to be a Taboo. You can come to Trois. Yeah. You can go to this. You can go to. You know what I'm saying? So that that in itself.
Did you feel like, in my mind, I feel like in Arkansas, it is a lot different than Atlanta in some places. And people don't really relate to, people relate to, okay, I want to go to this. The first thing people will say is, who's doing it? Who's throwing it? Right. And so in my mind, did you not feel like, okay, I got Trois, okay, and that's a TJ spot. That's a Tracy Johnson spot. And then I got Taboo. did you not feel like even though there were 2 spots, they still saw those as Tracy Johnson spots? Like, you know, where Atlanta, you might not be. Atlanta's a lot different because Atlanta is not made up with whose spot it is. There's so many people in Atlanta that you know, but in Little Rock and Arkansas, this is a Tracy Johnson spot. This is a Tracy Johnson spot. So do you not feel like they see those spots the same?
You know what, B, and honestly, I don't think they do. I think early on, people, you know, that's, you know, in our age group, they might see it that way. But
Right.
the people, the clientele that I'm getting now, they just see Trois and Taboo. And that's, you know, wanting my brand recognition to become way bigger than my name. And so I think I'm at that point. You know, I talk to my niece all the time. It's funny because I really don't go. I'm really not at the clubs like that because I got staff. So I'm in the club like for real. So it's a Saturday night. I'm at Taboo, right? Young ladies walk up. She walk up and she's in the VIP line and didn't have an ID, but way over 21. I tell, hey, go ahead, let her in. They let her in. She pays, she go in or whatever. Well, the following week, she's down at Trois. She sees me outside standing up talking. Why your club ain't open tonight? I said, I was like, we are open. I drove up there. It wasn't no. I was like, yeah, we closed early. But to me, it's happening. It's
Now, basically what you're trying to do. Yeah.
So you know when you start off it's like we want to fuck with Margarita Sunday because it's B level shit. There's him Chris B shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think where I've pushed it to is I wanted it to be the brand. And that's what JD tried to tell me very early, that it's not about you, it's about the business.
The brand.
Yeah, the brand.
Yeah. TJ, do you feel like the nightclub business is more stressful sometimes than profitable?
Not really, B. You know what? Because you and I both understand. We go way beyond the club. You from Highland, I'm from Granite.
Right.
And both are looked at as kind of men in our perspective spaces.
Right.
And we don't talk to everybody. So when people are showing out, if your security may be having a problem and you walk up, nigga, what you got going on? My bad,
Right. Respect.
So by us being in this space for so long, I'm to everybody.
Yeah.
I know mamas and daddies. It's funny. Your baby girl, she come
Taylor
when she came through.
Yeah.
You know, my dad is such a girl. No, okay, Taylor.
Right.
But I know your mom and daddy.
Right.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Now don't make me call B your ass in here showing out.
Right. Yeah. You know, when you say, Tracy, support, sometimes we hear support Black business. What does supporting Black business mean to you?
B, I'm gonna tell you. I think what supporting Black business looks like is actually going in there and like I've done this a lot. I go to a spot and I eat or visit, and it's more so at restaurants. You know, I'm gonna leave $100, and then I'm gonna get on Facebook and say, "Hey, go check out such and such. Tell them Uncle Tracy sent you. It's $100. You know what I'm saying?
Because
we need it.
right.
I go play. When I would come to your place, you'd be like, T, come on. I'm still gonna put money down.
Right.
Even though you said,
Hey,
come on
your
in,
money ain't good. Yeah.
your money is good, I'm gonna still put money there.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And it's not trying to stunt, but it's like this is a business.
Yeah.
This $20, $40, they come in handy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And I think, but I also think supporting Black business is that we can't take advantage of people spend their money at your place,
Right.
what that place is. When they come to that place, man, that place has to be on point. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And if they got a problem, it's our job to rectify that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because they could have spent their money anywhere. You know what I mean? Spend it with us. You know what I mean? And they spent plenty of money with you. They spent plenty of money with me. So I think you and I both understand the importance of treating people right. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes, like I just think support is just being there. You know what I'm saying? And not looking for, you coming to help that business grow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Period.
I asked you on the show when with the fellas, and I loved your answer so much. I'm gonna ask you again. So because there's probably some people that did not hear that show, right?
Okay.
How do you handle, Tracy, when somebody is dissatisfied in Trois and Taboo? A lot of times we have the internet, so instead of them talking to you, they get on social media and say bad things about the establishment.
I'm gonna jump in that DM and be like, what the fuck? Nah. What I do is this. Whenever I see someone having who's had a bad situation, I'm gonna contact them and I'm gonna try to make it right.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I had a young lady came from Chicago. She balled out. And she hit me and she was like, hey, blah, 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 didn't take place. I was like, listen, here's my personal number. You call me. When you come back, I'm going to take care of you. And it wasn't something like I'm trying to blow you off. But
Right.
when she called, I'm going to make sure that happens. Whatever I told her was going to happen. Because I just feel like it's important for us not to take it personal. This is business. You know what I'm saying? And we say it so many times, nah, this ain't personal, it's business. And then we get personal.
Right.
When they come through those doors,
right,
and they're paying for a service,
they expect
that we provide their service. Yeah.
Yeah, and also what I found out, Tracy, sitting in the seat that you sit in, wearing your hat, a lot of times people just want you to acknowledge them. Like a lot of times, I didn't have to give them anything by me just acknowledge them and say, "Okay, baby, I see how, this bad experience. I'm gonna go talk to my bartender. The drinks, I'm gonna go acknowledge them. Like you said, hey, next time you come, it's on me." And a lot of times they wouldn't even take me up, but they would get on and say, "I talked to B. He made it right." And I hadn't, a lot of times I hadn't even did anything, but like you said, but reaching out and acknowledging that they had an experience. Hey, we're not perfect. Every drink is not going to be perfect. Every song is not going to be to your liking, but I acknowledge you that, and I appreciate you giving us a try. We screwed it up. If you come back, I'm going to try to do better the next visit.
Man, listen, let me tell you something. That's all we can do. You know what I'm saying? We can't, we can't take this stuff like when people are dissatisfied. It's like I see some people think they're dissatisfied with you. No, they're dissatisfied with the service. So just improve upon the service. That's kind of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the next question, Tracy, there was a time when people were very loyal to nightclubs, night spots. Now it feels like people are loyal to promoters. when did you start to noticing that shift to where people wasn't going to establish them anymore? They now following these young people, and they, okay, promoters having this, and so there was a shift. Do you know when that shift?
So here again, you and I, we have one place, one spot.
Right.
The promoters, they at Bar Louie, they at Shooters, they at the library,
right?
They at Exxon, they everywhere. And so people are looking for different experiences. So if they're offering a different experience, then that's what, like, it's not so much as loyalty, it's just different experiences. So that's why I'm like, okay, you got Trois. Let's get Taboo, and let's make Taboo somewhat of a different experience. Let's make Twitch somewhat of a different experience. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
Now you're not trying to confine people into one space. You know, you're opening up, and like I said, you're giving them different experiences in different places. I just think that, I think I don't know if this was me and you talking or me and Telly, but we were talking about when you put on your Christmas shows or whatever, or Telly put on the first Friday. Do you remember how hard it was to get a flyer done?
Yes.
Do you remember? Remember we had to send our shit to PK Graphics to get 5,000 flyers?
Yeah.
Remember we had to go down to the Delta and pick them up, and then we had to go Gorilla Market and go hand to hand, come back. Right? It took us 2 to 3 weeks just to announce it.
Right.
So so now everybody, shit, you can make a flyer. So now, like a promoter, right?
Right.
They flyer, they got 3 or 4 pages with 5,000 friends on each page.
Right.
Boom. They get the flyer, tag 100 people, buy some advertisement. Now it's out there, right?
Right.
So the difference with us, we learn, like, you good at this internet meta world shit. You way better than I am.
Right.
But we've taken not only what we did in the past,
right,
by getting our information out there, we've taken a step farther because we actually know the people.
Yeah.
They don't know.
They're not touching and feeling. They don't have the relationships.
Just like you said, you come in, you touch. What's up? I come in. What's up? Da da da. That's not them.
Right. Right.
We get slight edge.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Do you feel, Tracy, like promoters are partners, or can they be seen as competition? Sometimes.
It's both, B.
Yeah.
And so check this out, B. When it's promoters, it's usually 3 or 4 of them that come to you, right?
Right.
Because they come together. And it's funny. Kyle Cleveland and I were talking, and he wanted to do an event. And he said, yeah, but see, Tracy, my team, we need X amount of dollars.
Right.
I'm like, yeah. And it's for y'all. I get that. And
Right.
Kyle and I talk all the time, so this is not like a nod. But
right.
I said, Kyle, I got a team, but mine are called employees, and I got 32 of them.
Yeah. That's your team. Yeah.
I got it ain't just 4, it's 32.
Right.
And I got to make sure all 32 get paid.
Yeah.
So this is not a situation where you can take everything. You know what I mean? So that's kind of, I don't think the promoters really see that part. They're like, my team, all of y'all are equal. So all y'all want the same amount of money. Well, guess what? Now I don't have a team. I got employees, and I got 32 of them, and they all expect to get paid. Now, if I give you all the money, I can't pay
How you
it.
gonna take care of your team?
Right. Right.
TJ, do you feel like the city does enough to promote our nightclub? In my mind, I've always in the business, I call it the Black River Market, right? You know, you got Asher, Colonel Glenn. That's our river market, right? You got you got Herb up at the top, come down, you got you got Frank, then you got you again. Do you
Right.
feel like the city does enough to help promote that? You know, they spend dollars to advertise our river market districts, our downtown. Do you feel like as a whole, the city does enough to help our Black businesses stay relevant down there in the
Nah.
hood?
Nah. You know what,
Yeah.
B? No, they really don't. And the reality of it is they should actually be taking notes from us, because you look at K Hall, you look
Mhm.
at Carpenter, you look at Sims, you look at, there's so many Black businesses that have been in business forever. Our community, I tell people all the time, our community talks shit, but they gonna support.
Right.
I don't give a damn. They gonna
Right.
talk shit, but
Right.
they gonna support. And that's why I love our people, because
Yeah.
K Hall, Uncle T's,
Yeah.
uh,
Ugly
myself,
Mike's.
ugly, like, business has been there for decades. You
Right.
understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they don't have to, and it just goes back to this. I don't think they have to try to take care, because we're gonna take care of ourselves. We always have.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And yeah. And man, I try my best to encourage. I got a young man right now who's purchasing one of my buildings, and man, I hope he really does well, because I'm encouraging him, man. Listen, you might not start out in a 6,700 square foot, 7,000 square foot building. It ain't about
Right.
where you start. It's about where you finish. It's about what you put into your thing.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
you might not be able to manage 7,000 square feet right now. You might
Right.
need only 6,700. You might need only 1,900 square feet to
Right.
get your feet wet. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To be to
Yeah.
this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the big part about it, you own it. And
It's yours.
yeah, once you own it, it builds equity. You
Right.
got things you take to the bank and think, like, it's like, that's what's important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 How many more years, TJ, you think you got in this business, man? You know, we getting older, and that's the first part of that question. How many? And then the second part of that question is: are you building the business to sell, or are you building the business to leave to your, like? There's two type of building the business. I'm building it up to get it at its greatest value so I could sell it, or
Right.
I'm working and I'm building this to hand this off to
Man,
the babies.
listen, the one thing I can say, B, I've been very fortunate that I have some really strong minded sons, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My one of my sons, he's out in New York. He's a
Mm-hmm.
lawyer. My other son, he's over at Episcopal coaching football.
Right.
My youngest son, he's here, he's around the business, and he's kind of taken a liking to it. Um, my daughter is more interested in nursing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
here's my thing. And if it gets to a point where I no longer want to do it, they will have the option to say, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna take it." That door's gonna always be open, because they my baby. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, but if they say, "Hey, Dad," because the decision won't just be mine. It'll be that decision would be made as a family, because I also have my niece Deborah. Like, she's like my daughter. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it'll be a family discussion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas, like, hey, what we gonna do with this thing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, when people hear Trois and Taboo, soon to be Twist, You know, they think it's me, but man, listen, my wife, my niece, my kids, they're an integral part in this thing, you know, and what I do. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know, when it comes down, you know, we'll just decide then. But there's no plan made right now.
The first part of that question is how many more years do you be at the helm of it? How many more years are you able to physically get to it and run it before you have to make that decision? How many more years you got in your TJ?
Be able to tell you quite honestly, I don't even run it now, B.
Yeah.
Deborah runs it.
Yeah.
Deborah runs it. And I'm more or less like Deborah pretty much, she puts a lot of it together. She make, you know what I mean? I still, like the directions and shit that we're going, but
Right.
she's getting really good at that. You know what I'm
She's
saying?
boots on the ground. She's there making it
Yeah,
happen.
yeah,
When you at home sleep, she there.
yeah. But see, then I got Misha Kendricks. She's come on board. And you know how hard it is to find good people, you know.
Right,
So
right.
I got a young lady named Misha Kendricks. I'm teaching her, you know, and I found that women run these things a whole lot better than what we do. And
Right.
so I got a young lady by the name of Misha Kendricks. She works hard, and you know what I'm saying. Deborah is just a brain. Then you know, someone asked you about Kiara, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my bartender. She's like my lead bartender. Like,
Right.
so I got so many good people. B. It's just I mean I don't, to answer your question, B. I really don't know. I mean honestly, I really
So you
like
keep
right
talking
now.
about twists. You keep talking about twists. What's up with twists? So tell us about twists.
So bro, Twist is a daiquiri and wing bar. Um, we've seen a lot of them in Dallas, Atlanta, New Orleans. I purchased a building about 8 years ago. It's 2 doors down from Trois. Um, and this, you know, at first I was just using their storage, but you know, I saw another opportunity. I saw someone, you know, I'm always looking, you know, I'm always looking to see what people are doing, and so the daiquiri bars, especially during football season, you know, we watching our Cowboys and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. People are,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, hey, you know, I think it'll be a good, you know, we don't really have, you know, any really restaurants. So in that area, we got a lot of food trucks
Right.
coming down the Asher corridor. You
Right.
cross, then you Macintosh. But
Yeah.
right in that, we don't have anything, you know. So I just felt this. I felt the opportunity to open something that also can, you know, people can come out another space. You know what I'm saying? Something
Mm-hmm.
different in a different location. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Other than Trois,
Mm-hmm.
other than Taboo. You know.
When do you see what's on the agenda before you think we'll have it open where we'll see twists?
So B, I'm looking at honestly. I hate putting dates on things because
Right.
I suffer from a little anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm looking at Memorial Day weekend, they're a
Okay.
little bit they're a little bit
Yeah.
thereafter during that time period.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last thing I ask you, if you has made a conscious decision to invest into your community by buying real estate, Tracy, you could afford to buy real estate. You could afford to buy what you want. You have chosen to invest into your community. How important is that to you? You've got all of a lot of your real estate and your business you own is in our Black community with our Black people.
B, let me tell you, I was watching Michael B. Jordan receive the Oscar the other night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to this guy, Jason Whitlock. And Michael B. Jordan was saying he was giving praises to Denzel and Samuel L. and Jamie, you know, all these black pioneers, Sidney Poitier. And I saw this brother who has this platform, and he was like, well, you know, it don't have to be about them being black. They could, you know, he could have, like, he kind of made it seem as if by Michael B. Jordan being a black man, he shouldn't acknowledge another black man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want my people, like, I want people to be able who think things that are not obtainable really are. And if they look at me and they feel like, damn, Unc, you did XYZ, I want them to be able to come tap me on the shoulder. I want to be able to come down and sit down and talk to me because I got a wealth of knowledge. I know this shit and I'm good at it. And I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm good at this shit.
Right.
I want to help our young brothers, our young sisters achieve and get ahead. I'm not trying to hold it for myself.
Right.
Because the reality of it is, what time is it? It's 8:30. There's some little, and it's not prejudice, but some kid, he going home, he's talking to his dad about business, right?
Right.
We didn't have a dad to come home and say, well, Dad, what you think about this? And we had people in the streets that loved us, but they put some bullshit in our hands too. Right. I want to put good shit in these young men's hands. Right. And I want to put them the right way. And I want to be accessible to them. You know, I don't want to be somebody that supposedly done something good and they can't touch me. I want to be able to be touched. I want them to be able to call. I want them to be able to stop by, sit down and have a conversation. I'm thinking about opening this business. I'm thinking about doing this. What you think? I'm gonna give you what I got. I'm gonna give you the game. Right. Now, how you execute it, it's on you. But I know this shit.
Right. Got a couple comments here. Jake Udale is saying true that. Jake, I'm calling you. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you. You need to be on the platform next month. I'm calling Jake Udale. You didn't even know I was gonna call your name, brother. I need to have you on the platform next month. I'll hit you up. Scott Hamilton is saying mentorship and guidance work for us. Warren Watkins. I've been knowing 1A a long time. 1A is on here. She said, one day is saying you all are talking some serious promoter talk. Promotion business definitely has changed. One day has been in the business so long. I used to book through one day, probably something 20 some years ago.
Man,
Tommy, you said what now?
He used to book the Commodores. 1A.
Yes. Yeah. When they've been in the game for a minute. Tommy B is putting GOAT status. Tommy Bozeman is on there. Candy Webb is saying Deborah is this. Scott Hamilton is saying twist. Twist sounds awesome. Scott Hamilton also says black is number one. Scott Hamilton is saying Michael B made the best in business. They just happen to be black. And so yeah, you know, all of these things, man. We talked about Trois, we talked about ambience, we talked about taboo, we talked about twist. What's next for Tracy Johnson, man? What else is next for you?
Man, listen, B. Right now, B, I just want to be happy. You know, I want to really see the next stage of my sons and my daughter's lives. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, my daughter made me, you know, my oldest son made me a grandfather first.
Right.
My daughter has two kids. She has a little boy and a little girl. You know, and so just that, man, just getting older, watching my family grow. You know what I'm saying? just spending time with my family, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's I think that's it, bro. And just getting, because I've gotten past a lot of shit in my life. A lot of shit that be like a lot of stuff that we used to think about, man. I want this, I want that. Like
Right.
that shit don't register. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You
Right.
know, it's just and bro, I applaud you for a lot of shit that like, man, you done made you done opened yourself up. So bro, and took ownership of so much of your personal shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that takes some strength, bro. But
Yeah.
that just showed me like, man, that's people trying to grow.
Yeah.
That's like taking the mask off. Like, look, man,
Right.
fuck this shit. This is who I
Right.
am. I'm a little
Right.
fucked up. I'm a little
Right.
cool, but
Right.
at the end of the day, and I think that's when we get to that point, like, man, I'm just cool with life. You
Right.
know,
Right.
with
Right.
direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Got a couple of comments before we get out of here. Marquez Miller saying Tracy is the best. He took me under his wing and showed me nothing but love. Marty Ingram is saying good evening, tap in. Warnay is saying y'all are not right about that. We made it look so easy out here, but it's definitely hard work and no rest and sleep. Marty is saying Tracy, buy a yacht and retire. Tracy, I always end all of my and I don't know if I ended it that way the first time, but I always end all of my conversations by, allowing my guests to ask me any question. No
Bro,
questions is off the limit. So
so
what you got for me?
bro, what do you see next? I mean, we talked about 2 years from now, the
Mm-hmm.
podcast probably, picked up or whatever. But what's next, bro? Like what
Man, listen, Tracy, all of my efforts is on that. Like I've always been one of the guys that I work my ass off to try to be great in what I'm trying to do. And this thing, this podcast thing is what I'm betting all my marbles on. You understand what I'm saying? God has blessed me to be popular. God has blessed me to be to be able to influence people. He have blessed me with so many gifts, and me tapping this mic up every Sunday and Wednesday is to drop knowledge to my people because you said it that you can't get nowhere and hold all this knowledge to yourself. So, research says that it takes a podcast 4 to 6 years to reach national status. We're at 2 years. So in my mind, I still got another 2 years of just, perfecting this craft, trying to talk to great people like you, trying to talk to great people like Scott Hamilton, people that are in our city. Once I can win in my city, I can grow to national. But I got a lot of work to do here, man. Another thing that I'm planning on doing, and I don't know, I hope this is in God's plan for me, is I also in a couple of years are gearing myself up to do some political things, to use my voice to do some other things. I've always been good at conversation and fighting for the people that don't have fight. So that's in my 2-year, 3-year window, as well as this. But I got my head down, working very hard, trying to make sure this my baby. I'm trying to make sure I got a great support team. I got some people that Anthony, him, Tristan, him, Candy, she's on here, him, Little Rock Princess, him, and I got a news girl, Jayla Jefferson. I got some dope people. That's my team. I got a dope team of people who is helping me, massage this thing. And that's what I got in my near future. One, I want to grow this thing, and two, I think God will have me to do some political things that's I'm gearing up in the next 2 or 3 years, man. That's in my immediate future.
use your voice, man.
Yeah. I think
Use,
I think that's my calling, and that's what God would have me to do next. So that's what I'm trying to, like you said, clean up a little shit, get out in front of a lot of things that I need to get out in front of. That was the purpose of me owning my imperfections. Politics looks different now. Hell, if Trump can be the damn president, you no longer have to be perfect. You know what I mean? You can be flawed.
Man, let me tell you something, bro. Man, when you got a voice, bro, you the discovery of your voice is so amazing. When you discover how powerful your voice is, that's an amazing point in life.
Right.
Like you said, B. Like I been knowing you, and I've seen you host many parties. You know what I'm saying? And and your voice may be your strongest attribute.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, I just appreciate the public loving on me, taking every time I pick up the phone and I dial your number, you gonna always pick up, and I'm appreciative to that. You know, we don't talk every day, but no, as I said in the thing with T Will, and I'm always rooting for you. I'm always rooting for your business. I don't get down as much as I do, but I know when I come, I know who to call. And I appreciate everything, all the support you give the platform and me. I'm gonna read a couple more comments, then we're gonna get out of here. Miss Smith is saying, Tracy, you are the best. Scott Hamilton is saying, B, you are showing real courage and the pathway for our youth to follow. You're winning. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. TJ, man, I appreciate you, brother. I said I was going to get you out of here in an hour. I'm probably like 10, 15 minutes over. Appreciate you everything you do, man. And as I said, bro, keep winning, keep doing it, keep investing in your community, keep investing into people. I saw this crazy live that you did with, I don't know if the guy, a dark-skinned fellows that be around your club, and
Hershey
that's what
Bar.
makes you different. Hershey Bar, that was him. Shit was funny as fuck. But I saw you that Hershey Bar felt comfortable that he could talk his talk and that he could feel you, that even though you probably be on a different level, you didn't act, but hey, you can't, like, being down to earth to your people. Everybody know. Where'd you get that name, Unc? How you get Unc? I've been calling you TJ, but everybody calling you Unc now.
Hey, B. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you a quick story about that damn Hershey Bar. So look, you know, when I was building Trois, you know, Hershey, he from around the area, so you know how guys come. You know those types of guys. They just want to make a quick $20, $30. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, Hershey Bar. I said, hey man, I just need you to get over here and get all these weeds off this fence, right? So he get another little dude. They out there getting the weeds off the fence. So look, I come outside, and I start talking to little buddy. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do such and such. He said, whoa. He said, look, don't be talking to my workers. Hey, Hershey said, hey, T-Dog, don't be talking to my workers. I don't come in there fucking with your people. Don't you? But, hey,
you done hired him and he done went to hire somebody else.
Yeah, and told me don't talk to him. Hey, man, but B, that is one of the smartest brothers, man, you would ever want to meet.
Man, he looked intelligent when you was talking to him, man. He was
smart, bro. He's smart.
Yes.
Well, yes. But bro, I appreciate it, man. Anytime you call, bro, I'm gonna be on here. And like I said, I root for your success, bro. Like I said, I feel your voice is I think that's your vehicle, you know, and you drive it. And I tell people, a lot of times people say they see what you do. They say, oh, B-Lover got a podcast. I'm gonna do a podcast. And it don't last long. And you sent me a question and you was like, and I thought you were gonna bring it up, and you were like, when something new comes along, how do you deal with it? And I said, I thought about that question, and I wanted to tell you, cause you facing it. B, we done been new. Can they be old?
Right.
We done did
Yeah. Yeah.
Can they do old?
Yeah.
Can they
Yeah.
do consistent? That's the difference, B.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. No, for real,
bro.
for real, for real.
Yeah,
For real. Like you said, man, it is people are our biggest asset, man. And the thing about it is, um, this thing called life is crazy, man. I'm telling you, it is crazy how you grow through it and you learn. And but listen, man, I certainly have respected. I got Jake on here. He's still on here. Jake, I'm calling you. I got to get you on next month, man, because my thing is trying to bring as much knowledge back to our people who listening to us. We got
yeah.
some dope people, man. Yeah, we got some people that are killing the game, and not only just from a financial standpoint, but they're killing the game. And so my responsibility is now is bringing those people and highlighting what they're doing. So that's what Wednesday night is about. It's about highlighting our people who are doing extraordinary things in our community, man. And you are certainly extraordinary. Hats off to you. Salute, bro. You you got any last words you want to go out of here? Or you going out on the salute?
I'm going out on the salute. I'm finna go to bed, B.
I appreciate you, TJ.
All right, Lil Rock. I love y'all.
All right, good night. All right, y'all. Don't forget. Every Sunday night, I told you guys I've got the best podcast crew in the world. Little Rock Princess, Tristan Hobbs, Anthony P. Candy Webb, Jayla with 2. We do this thing every Sunday night at 7:00. I truly believe that there is no podcast in the world better than us. I believe that. Let me see what Patricia Moreland is saying. There is only one level and one Tracy. Big ups. I love you, Patricia. And Jake say, yeah, he's smart. Jake, I'm gonna call you, bro. I got to get you on next month. Again, do not forget to tune in every Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we got Rashawn Wilburn. All right. He is doing the Black Rodeo on next Friday and next Saturday. And I think it's going to be at the Barton Coliseum. And then he has the auto dealership in Cabot, Top Choice Auto. He's on the platform next Wednesday at 7:30 on the level with B Level. I appreciate all you guys do. I appreciate all of yous. Make sure you go by and follow our YouTube page at UTB Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification button so that when we do new content, you will be notified. Okay. I'll see you this Sunday night, 7:00. Same bat time, same bat channel, y'all. Good night.
Had another rough conversation with the voices in your